Race number 2 on the programme is the Designs on Rome Handicap. Odds-on favourite winning in 2014. This is a Class 3 over the 200 metres. Headed by War Room, who's fresh up since November. Drops in class as well. Kaiying Legend gets the headgear change. Visor switched it on for the blinkers. Dan Control makes his Hong Kong debut. A maiden winner in Ireland. Still a maiden out of Ireland, I should say. Generator blinkers on for his Hong Kong debut. He was a winner in New Zealand, winning Supremes, won a couple of times over this trip on the all-weather this season. Era Happiness, third when beaten favourite behind Team Spirit last time out, and down to Looking Good, who's a two-time winner over the 1,200 metres, very close to a class drop. California Turbo and winning Supreme have been up at Chung Fa within the last month, the 3 and the 8. So we have a look at the speed.
Yeah, I wonder whether they've been talking a bit of tactics up there too, because they are potentially the two in the early stages that might be looking for a spot on the lead. Dan Control certainly looks to be no slouch early, and even Generator to some extent. But there are some other interesting runners in the race. Kaiying Legend from 11. I wonder whether there'll be an option there with Victor Wong riding to travel forward.
Here is Kaiying Legend. He had a tough run last time, so did have excuses, but he's got this wide draw again, barrier number 11. His track work hasn't been too bad coming into it, though, so he looks okay here in the mornings, so not too bad. Here is Dan Control. He's one of the first starters. Looked good in his trial since he's been here. Moves nicely. He was called Bruce Wayne back in when he was raced back in Ireland, and he did run second behind a subsequent Group 1 winner, so he does bring some good forms. 10 sovereigns that horse was. And here is Era Happiness. Been a bit disappointing lately. He's had his chances, I thought, but his track work suggests he's still going okay, maintaining his fitness. All right, we'll have a look at Era Happiness again in a moment. We'll start off, though, with Kaiying Legend. This is finishing second over the 1,200 metres, so we're skipping his last start over the 14 when he was down the field. Yeah, and he ran okay here. The form's good. Music Editions had a pretty good season at the Valley. If you go back a start prior to this, 1,400, he drew 4. He actually led. Waikuku went on to win the race. So that reads quite well. They've dropped the blinkers, put the visor on, but I don't think from the 11 they're going to sit back with Victor Wong booking the £7 off. So I think potentially he's another speed influence in the race, and from out there I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried too. I've left him out for that reason. I think he's a nice horse, but just from 11, you know, winning Supreme underneath him, he's a real speedy horse, and a couple others. So, no, I'll let him go in this race. All right, Era Happiness. Now, he is a winner, but he has been a little bit costly on the way as well. Third here as favourites last time out behind Team Spirit. He'll probably start favourite again. He's 2.5, 2.8, 2.9 and 3 last 4 starts. I don't think this is a strong race, so he's definitely got claims once again. I've got him in on a minor line, but he has been costly. Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. I mean, he's not far away here. The horse that ran underneath him I like a lot. He battled on better than he did the start before. As Paul said, you'll have to take the skinnies about him. I'm prepared to shop around him. I wouldn't be leaving him out of exotics, but at the same time, maybe look for something else to win. All right, OK. 2 first starters here, Generator being one of them. The other one, Dan Control. He's ridden by Zach Purton.
Zach, Dan Control, former Irish horse, having his first run in Hong Kong. What are your thoughts heading into Sunday?
Yeah, he's not a bad little horse. He's got some speed. He's a little bit highly strung at the moment. He sweats up and genters around a little bit, but he'll jump out and put himself in a spot and see how he goes. Is he a winning chance first up based off his trials? Oh, I think he run well, yeah. Heading into Sunday, of course, it's Derby Day. You ride Dark Dream in the big race. You've won it once before with Luger. Can Dark Dream give you a second Derby? I hope it keeps raining. If it does, he's got a good chance. So I'll just pray that the rain hangs around. Interesting barrier draw. Did that change your thoughts on the race? I think the barriers for a lot of the runners have changed people's game plans. It's made it a little bit harder for some of the other runners. I think for my bloke, it's probably not too bad. I think he's going to get into a nice spot from there, and we'll see if he's good enough. All right, there he is, Dan Control. Yeah, maiden out of Ireland, but the horse that beat him, as you said, Paul, both occasions, a Group 1 winner, unbeaten. Yeah, looks a nice horse, 10 sovereigns. I'm going to go make this the best of the day. Dan Control on debut. Get the money early to give you a little bit of a purse earlier on. I really like this horse. I don't think this race is strong at all. His trial was really good, as you saw. It's a Dan Control to beat Era Happiness. Looking good. He galloped with Fiore a couple of starts ago. He pops up at big prices and he comes in with a lightweight. At Bright Kid, I can see him getting back with the blinkers on for the first time. We'll give him a little chance here as well. 4, 10, 12 and 9. I think 4 can win this.
Yeah, I do too, but I'm going to tip the 3 as a bit of a value here. California Turbo. Drawn gate 2, Karis Teton taking over from Alvin Ung, who had 14 last start when he led the race, won by Full of Beauty. Beaten 5, but most of them were by that horse. So I'm going to take a little chance. This actually defeated Dark Dream in a 1400-metre race at Randwick before he came to Hong Kong. Tony Cruz can get them to lift the bar sometimes in a short space of time. So I'm going to take the chance that at start 4 he can. From Dan Control, Aero Happiness, Car Ying Legend. Interesting, Dan Control by Slade Power, Andrew, one of your favourite horses who actually raced here once.
He did, certainly did. Yeah, we've got a number of connections with Slade Power now. Same queue as Paul for me, 4 and 10. I like Dan Control as well, John Moore and Zach Purton. 2 races down then. The Derby again is race number 8. 200 metres again for us for the 3rd, but that's a Class 4.